Hello everybody and welcome back to my playthrough of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and today I'm going to be making my way up to Death Mountain because I want to find the Tower of Hera. Now that is the third dungeon that we need to conquer before we can go and get hold of the Master Sword. While at Death Mountain, I also want to find a few of its secrets. So without further ado, let's be on our way. We're going to head away from Sanctuary. Oh, apparently going to get hurt by this guard. Let's deal with him first. There we go. I was kind of hoping he was going to drop something, but fine. Let's be on our way. All right, now we are going to head to the north past those guards. And now we are almost at Death Mountain. First, let's deal with these birds. Fantastic. No one's dropping anything. I'm not going to bother dealing with those. And now we have the power glove, of course. We can lift that up and throw that away. So this is the cave system that leads to Death Mountain. We've just got to work our way through here, past the bats. And we've got a rather elderly gentleman waiting here for us. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, we shall. Let's move on. I've got to say, he's not sort of making me want to do this, but we have to sort of plough on regardless. Let's head over here. All right, let's get out of here. Oh my god, that's a lot of bats. Run away. And now we are on Death Mountain itself, and there are plenty of new enemies to deal with here. Now these guys, if you hit them with your sword, they just stay still for a bit and then they come back to life. That's what they do. And if you're not careful, they can block your way a little when they do that. So we're just going to ignore them. Ah! Okay, we are going to follow the old man into here. And not just to avoid those massive boulders, because if you talk to him at any time, he will refill your life meter, and that is what we're going to do right now. I will come back here at any time, let me tell you that. Now, before I actually leave, I'm going to equip the mirror that he just gave to us, because that is going to be very important very soon. Mirror in hand, it is now time for us to head even further up the mountain. Let's stay out of the way of these boulders, for goodness sake, because that is not good, getting hit by those. And also, got to stay away from those creatures as well. Oh my goodness me, yeah, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, we've got to come all the way over here to the left. Now, if you go into that cave, that leads you all the way back to Kakariko Village. We do not want to do that. Instead, we are going to go up here and see what we can find. Now, you will notice that if we stand here, there is the entrance to a cave directly below us. And there is something in that cave that I want to get. So what we're going to do, we are going to drop down, head inside, and try and find this item. Just go to the back of the room, head up these stairs, and there we go. That is a piece of heart. Sensational. Alright, so if we drop down here as well, we can head to the right, And there's a bunch of fairies. So if you've got an empty bottle or something like that, you can obviously catch one of them. That would be great as well. But I'm just going to use them to fill up my life meter for now. Oh, good lord. I actually didn't mean to run away there. Made me look rather more terrified than I actually was. But nonetheless, right, let's try and get past these fellas. I'm just going to stand here swinging my sword and hope for the best. There we go. It actually works. There we go. Bring it on. There we go. Fantastic. All right, let's head back outside. And what we're going to do, we're going to drop down and we're going to work our way back up to where we were. Staying out of the way of those boulders once again. All right. Up we go. Now we're going to go past where we dropped down earlier. You will notice up there, if I can see it properly, there is another piece of heart. We will go and get that momentarily. But first of all, in order to be able to do that, we need to go further to the right. And you will notice this rather strange blue square on the ground. Now this is a warp point. This will take us to the Dark World. We're going to get our very first glimpse of the Dark World right now. Let's step inside. Here we are, and it would appear that in the Dark World, Link is a fluffy pink bunny. And that's rather fabulous. All right, let's move on. Let's see who we can meet here. Okay, we've got these two. Let's talk to them. Hello, sir. All right, let's talk to the thing that is kicking around. Oh, yeah, I don't particularly want to talk to you again. Let's race through this chat. We've spoken already. Now, as you may have noticed there with what they said, basically, there is an item called the Moon Pearl. That's in the Tower of Hera, and that will allow you to remain in your original form if you come into the Dark World. So we are going to have to go and get that. Now, you may be asking, but you're stuck in the Dark World. How are you going to get... Oh my goodness. Stop walking into me and starting a conversation. I've finished talking to you. So you may be asking, how do we get back to the Light World in order to get to the Tower of Hera? Well, we need to use this magic mirror that the old man gave us. So we're going to stand... just going to avoid those. We're going to stand right here and use the mirror. And if you stand in that exact location, it brings you out at the top of this rock, and it is an easy task to go and get this piece of heart. So there we go. That is our second piece of heart of today, which is rather wonderful. Okay, now the Tower of Hera is before us. But before we go inside, there is something else to show you. Over here, there is this rather strange edifice in front of us. And if we try to read it, you can see it is in the language of the Hylia. But fortunately, we have a certain book that will allow us to translate. So let's get that out immediately. Okay, I have the Book of Mudora now in my hands. So let's read what this says. So basically, as it says here, once you have the Master Sword, you can come back here and you will get a magical power called Ether. So we have got to store that little bit of knowledge away for now. But once we get the Master Sword, we will come straight back up here to get that magical power. Now, it is time to enter the Tower of Hera, hopefully get the Moon Pearl, get another pendant, and then we can go and get the Master Sword.